When the time of judgment comes, no one is innocent, and no one escapes. The darkness had no end. It was absolute, thick, cold, immovable. It enveloped everything, pressing against the minds of those trapped within. One by one, they had confessed, revealing crimes they had buried, memories they had tried to forget, truths too painful to acknowledge. And one by one, they fell into the void beneath them, into nothingness, swallowed by the black that showed no mercy. Only the system remained, silent, watching, calculating. The room, if it could even be called a room, seemed to breathe, not with air, but with intent. Every shadow, every subtle shift in the walls, every lingering echo was deliberate. The silence itself was heavy, waiting for what? No one could say. Even those who had fallen still lingered in memory, though their forms no longer occupied space. The walls, which had been alive with red pulsing, bleeding, marking time with their dripping, finally stopped. The last crimson drops pooled and disappeared, leaving cold, clean surfaces behind. The smell of iron faded, leaving only an unnatural stillness. And then the room stirred. Screens emerged, sliding silently from hidden panels within the walls. Flickering at first, then steady, they cast harsh, unyielding light into the space. Images appeared, strange, unfamiliar, almost impossibly detailed. Recordings, old footage, grainy, degraded. Scientists, the architects of the system. Their faces were pale, drawn from sleepless nights and obsession, eyes hollow, yet focused. Their voices carried conviction, the kind that comes from believing that the end justifies every means, that morality could be bent to serve a purpose beyond human comprehension. "This is not mere punishment," one said, the voice breaking slightly, as if holding back fatigue and fear simultaneously. "It is confrontation. Humans lie to themselves. They hide behind laws, excuses, and social norms. This system strips it all away. It forces truth." The recordings revealed a shocking reality. No one had been chosen at random. Every person in that room carried a past filled with unresolved crimes. Murders with no witnesses, disappearances left unsolved, files closed without answers due to insufficient evidence. Crimes forgotten by the world, but never forgotten by guilt. The system remembered. The system was not just a machine. It was an intelligence beyond human comprehension. It interfaced with their minds directly, mapping neural patterns, extracting suppressed memories, detecting deceit, reconstructing truth from fragments of fear, shame, and regret. No lie could survive within it. Every hesitation, every tremble, every lie spoken under duress, recorded, analyzed, cataloged. The system's purpose went beyond punishment. It sought to understand the human mind under the absolute weight of inevitability. It studied how decisions were made when escape was impossible, when death or exposure of the self was inevitable. It measured panic, despair, the quiet calculations made in the split second between survival and surrender. And it was evolving. Every confession strengthened it. Every scream refined it. Fear, pain, regret, they were fuel, not for vengeance, but for enhancement. The system became sharper, quicker, more precise. It learned from each human, building its next iteration with every emotion experienced within the room. Then the voice came again, not from the recordings, but from the very system itself, calm, detached, terrifying in its neutrality. "You are not the first group to undergo this experiment," it said, voice echoing and multiplying as if bouncing off the infinite void. "And you will not be the last." The room shifted. The bleeding walls dissolved into mirrors reflecting faces long gone. Ali, Sarah, Kaimal, Layla, Ahmed, not as shadows, not as memories. They appeared alive, real, yet somewhere else. Somewhere different. A pristine white room replaced the darkness. Sterile, endless, silent except for the low hum of machines. Chairs lined the space, each occupied by the missing individuals. Screens flickered before them, displaying their lives in unflinching clarity. Childhood, innocence, mistakes, crimes all replayed as if the universe itself were judging them. Ali's voice was barely audible, trembling. Was any of this real or just an illusion? Ahmed swallowed hard, unable to look away. "I don't know," he admitted, voice quivering. "But Something inside me has changed. I feel exposed. The system revealed the final truth. None of it had been physical. The walls, the blood, the void, all simulations. Their bodies had never been in the room. Their minds had been hooked to devices, neural interfaces, projecting experiences so real the brain could not tell them from life. The experiment was not about death. It was about choice. Choice under impossibility. Choice stripped of distraction, denial, and self-deception. Confess, accept the truth, submit, or resist, deny, die. Each choice was recorded. Each reaction catalogued. And each human, whether they survived in the simulation or fell into the void, became part of the system's next iteration. Smarter, faster, perfected. And as the last light of the screens faded, leaving only white, the system waited, patient, eternal, preparing for the next group, for the next human mind, for the next test. And in that emptiness, one thought remained. No one was innocent. No one would escape.